It is Thursday night and we are having teriyaki chicken. I put this in the Instant Pot. We're having white jasmine rice and roasted broccoli. I did a grocery haul video, and if you saw that, then you already saw this meal and the cost breakdown. But according to my calculations of shopping sales and using what I have on hand and how much everything was, this total meal came to $8.79, which is $2.20 per serving for a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children. Here's a quick cost breakdown of everything. Now, I used honey, so you could probably get away with sugar and it would be way less. I also used coconut aminos, which was kind of expensive. If you can have soy, I avoid soy, so I use the coconut aminos, but if you can have soy, using soy sauce would drastically drop this down. So I did a quick calculation based on the Kroger brand of soy sauce, which would be 48 cents, and that came to a total of $6.77 for $1.69 per serving. So definitely you can see how much the coconut aminos cost compared to regular soy sauce. But if you can't have soy sauce, then, you know, definitely this is still a cheap meal, but to keep it under $2, you can do the soy sauce. It is my birthday today on Friday, so I made some cilantro lime rice and some pork carnitas. So we have some colorful sauteed bell peppers and onions. We've got lettuce, tomato. We've got the pork, which is so good. I made it in the Instant Pot. There's the cilantro lime rice. And we also have some homemade refried beans on our uncooked tortillas from Costco that we fried up. Here are the leftovers here. This is definitely enough to make another couple burritos. Here's the cost breakdown of the pork carnitas. I had some pork in the freezer that I bought many months ago on sale for $1.99 a pound, and I just froze it so I can use it later. So I weighed it and it came out to be 310. The broth for the sauce was 9 cents. Orange juice, 9 cents. Lime juice was $1.09 because I did buy fresh limes. If you use bottled lime, it's going to be way cheaper. I calculated it out to be 25 cents. You can definitely see a huge cost difference. I don't like to buy the bottled stuff because it has preservatives in it, but I did not have the best price for limes, so you could definitely get cheaper fresh limes if you bought a better sale price. And then the garlic, I had the wrong price in my cart, so I ended up using $1.25 worth of garlic. If you do buy like the minced garlic in the jar, it would have only been 20 cents, and if you buy the ginormous thing at Costco, it would be even less than that. So I'm definitely going to buy the stuff at Costco next time I go. And then the tortillas, the raw uncooked ones, were 13 cents each. We used 7 of them, so that came out to be 91 cents. So the total for the pork carnitas was $7.34. And then for our sides, I used some homemade refried beans, which came to 36 cents. The rice, I made cilantro lime rice, 50 cents. I used about 20 cents worth of fresh cilantro, which was organic, so if you just get the regular, then you can get away with cheaper. And then the lime, again, $1.09. You can definitely get away with cheaper. I calculated it out to be about 8 cents for this. So the total here, $2.15. So then for the toppings, I sauteed some onions and peppers in the pan to put on top. So 21 cents worth of onions. And then the peppers, because it was my birthday, I wanted to splurge and get the colored peppers, especially since they were on sale. So I used $1.14's worth. We had tons left over before we sauteed it, so I just froze it for a later meal. And then if you did just want to go with like the green bell peppers, it would have only been about 79 cents. Tomato, 46 cents, and again, since it was my birthday, I got tomato, but normally we wouldn't. Normally we have fresh tomatoes from the garden, but it's not that season yet. The lettuce, 25 cents. The cheese, 50 cents. I did not have that on mine, so the total for toppings was $3.06, bringing this to a total of $12.55, $3.14 per serving. So I calculated it out with these substitutions here that are a lot cheaper, and it came to $8.38 for the whole meal. Just over $2 per serving, so $2.09, and you can definitely get that under if you shop a little bit smarter. Here is my birthday dessert. It is a chocolate wacky cake with some buttercream frosting.
Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday, dear mommy. Happy birthday, dear mommy.
It is Saturday night and I want to try this new recipe, which I'll link down below. I've got some drumsticks. These are 79 cents a pound from Costco, so they make super cheap meal. And several months ago when I picked up my grocery order, they gave me a bag of stuff that was not mine, and in there was this. And when I called them, they said I couldn't bring it back because they would just throw it away. So I've had this in the pantry and I have not known what to do with it, and then I found this recipe and I thought it looked really good. So I've got my Parmesan cheese, my free breadcrumbs, my cheap chicken, and I'm gonna put it on this pan here. I'm hoping that it'll like make it crispy instead of like in a 9x13 dish where it'll be kind of like softer and soggy. So I'm hoping this will crisp it up a little bit. So I'll show you what it looks like when I get it all together. Here it is all finished up. It smells absolutely delicious. We've got roasted broccoli. This was the other half of the broccoli that I bought from the other night, and then baked potatoes. So here's the breakdown of the chicken. The drumsticks were 79 cents a pound, so I weighed the 2 packages. It was $2.67. I didn't spend anything on the breadcrumbs, but I did look on Walmart's website, and they had a can of it for like 80 cents, and it made several servings, so it would be like pennies for this. The cheese was $1.14, and I did get the organic Parmesan cheese, so if you use just regular, it would be a lot cheaper. The butter, including the butter on our baked potatoes, was around $1. The garlic, I used 1 garlic clove, which was probably 15 cents and would have been a lot cheaper had I paid attention to my garlic price. Potatoes, for our baked potatoes, I weighed them and it came to 37 cents, and the broccoli was the other half, $1.02 from the broccoli I bought the other day, bringing it to a total of $6.35, so $1.58 per serving, and it came to 45 cents per drumstick. Try to beat that, KFC. It is Sunday and we are having grilled chicken. I have it marinated in Italian dressing, and a baked potato and a salad. So the cost breakdown for the grilled chicken, the chicken was $4.15. The marinade was $1 because I used a half a bottle of the salad dressing that I bought on sale if you saw my grocery video. And then we just did baked potatoes. We're gonna do roasted potatoes, but it was just easier to throw the baked potatoes in the oven and set the timer before we left for church. So baked potatoes are actually the cheapest because you're only using 1 potato per person, or in our case we're using 3 because my kids just share a potato because one kid doesn't really care for potatoes. So 1 is enough for both of them. And then I also included the butter in there, so it was approximately 75 cents. And the salad was less than $1. It was a little hard to calculate that since I don't know how much the carrots were, and I only used like 1 small one. So I'm just gonna say it's less than $1. So the total came to $6.90, which was $1.73 per serving. It is Monday night and we're having spaghetti. So I've got some ground beef thawing. So I've got half in this pan and half in this pan. And this pan here, I'm gonna cook up and make it for chili. So I'm just gonna put my chili seasoning on while it's cooking. That's why I'm not cooking them together. And then I'll just stick this in the freezer for whenever we have that. But over here, I've got my onion and bell peppers. These are the leftover bell peppers from our pork carnitas. I just chopped them up. I've also got half an onion in here and half an onion in there. And then I also have some shredded zucchini that we had in our garden. I just shredded it up and froze it into serving sizes. So I just put it in here, and I like to cook it with the beef because it just kind of blends right in and the kids don't even notice that it's in there. It adds more substance. So if you want to make this meal a little bit cheaper, you can leave out the beef and then, you know, just do like lots of veggies. Sometimes I do that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do half a pound of ground beef for this meal. I did a recipe video on how to make homemade sourdough bread. It is super easy and absolutely delicious, so I will link that down below if you guys want to learn how to make it. So here it is all put together. We've got the spaghetti with the meat and veggie sauce, some canned green beans, and I seriously cannot wait until we get green beans in our garden so we can can our own. And then we have some homemade sourdough bread. So here's the breakdown cost of the spaghetti. The pasta was about 55 cents. The sauce was $1.25. The meat, I used half a pound of meat, which was $2.96, and it was $5.92 a pound. We buy our beef like a whole cow at a time, and so it comes out to be $5.92 a pound, but that also includes the steaks and the roast and everything, so that's a great price for those. A little expensive for like the ground beef. Well, actually it's not too bad of a price. It is grass-fed, really good, tastes amazing, and is super low fat. So it's really high quality meat. So if you buy cheaper meat, then you can definitely knock that cost down. Or if you just leave it out altogether, it would definitely make this a super cheap meal. Veggies, which was the onions and the peppers left over from the pork carnitas. And then I had some zucchini from our garden shredded in there. So that came to about 50 cents. And then the bread was homemade sourdough, which was about 50 cents. And then the canned green beans was 60 cents. So total $6.36, which came out to be $1.59 per serving. I like buying dried beans because it's cheaper than canned, so I'm just going to cook up this whole bag that I bought for my last grocery haul in my last video, and I'm going to cook it in my Instant Pot, and then I'm going to divide it up. It's Tuesday night, and I was going to do taco salad, but I realized I forgot to buy chips when I was at the store, so I decided to do tacos instead because I found this in our pantry that I had bought a while ago. So we're just gonna do tacos. This is the meat that I cooked up last night, and it was gonna be for chili, but taco salad, I normally just do beans, but when we're doing tacos, you kind of need a little bit more substance. So I've got the taco meat here, and it's already seasoned, so I'm gonna add a little bit more seasoning. So then I've got my beans all cooked up here, and I'm gonna add just a little bit to this. Normally I'd make refried beans on the side, but I don't feel like going to all that work. And I'm gonna just kind of mush them a little bit in there just to kind of hold the meat together a little bit. And I'm definitely going to salt this and add some other seasonings. And then I also made some Spanish rice. I just have the regular rice with salsa in there, and I would have made more cilantro lime rice, except I'm out of limes, which is where bottled lime juice would come in handy. But I am going to add some cilantro in here and stir it around because I have it. And I'll also add some cilantro in here just to give it some extra yummy flavor. So I just took the rest of the beans out and I put it in 2 containers here. And I'm just gonna stick these in the freezer, so these will be another 2 meals. So I got 3 meals out of that bag of beans, which was $1.39. Much cheaper than canned beans. So here's the cost breakdown for the tacos. The shells, I can't remember exactly what I paid because I got them a while ago and they were on sale. I think it might have been like 2 for $3, or maybe they were $1.20 each. I don't know, but to be safe, I put $1.50. And if you get the store brand, they're usually $1 or less on sale, so you can definitely get away with cheaper. Or if you want to do chips and do taco salad, that would probably be even cheaper. And then the meat, $3.46, and I added the onions and peppers in there, so that was just the other ½ pound from last night. So again, if you get cheaper meat, that could really knock the cost down, especially if you don't add in all the peppers. But like I said, I just used the meat that was supposed to be for the chili. And then the beans was about 43 cents. And then rice was 50 cents. And the salsa and stuff that I added in there, again, was canned. So I probably only spent pennies, if that, on there. The cilantro, I probably used 20 cents worth or less. Lettuce was probably around 30 cents. And then cheese for them was about 50 cents. So the total came to $6.89. You can totally get that cheaper. But that came to $1.72 per serving. It is Wednesday night and I made Instant Pot chicken and potatoes. I did a recipe video on this. It's super easy and delicious. A one-pot meal, except you gotta steam broccoli or do a veggie on the side. So that's what we did. And that is what we're having for dinner tonight. So here's the cost breakdown of the Instant Pot chicken and potatoes. So the chicken was $4.15 for those 2 ginormous chicken pieces, and we definitely have leftovers. And then the potatoes was $1.68. So I just had the red and gold potatoes from Costco, and I just weighed how much I used and then I divided it, so it came to $1.68. And then the broccoli was frozen broccoli, the organic one from Costco, which came to $1.16. So it's about the same price as fresh broccoli. I definitely prefer roasted. The kids love steamed, they love roasted, so we like to mix it up a little bit. Plus I'm out of the fresh, so the total came to $6.99, which was about $1.75 per serving. It is Thursday and we are having homemade pizza. We've got one with some ham, peppers and onions, and the other one we have ham and pepperoni. I have a recipe video on how I make this pizza. Super easy, quick, and I will link it for you guys down below or up in the iCards, and you can check it out if you want to make cheap homemade pizza. So here is the cost breakdown of the pizza, and you will see it is way cheaper than getting takeout pizza. So the crust was about 55 cents. The sauce was 60 cents, and I had a little bit left over from the spaghetti sauce, so I added that to that. The cheese was the most expensive, $3.91, and I did measure it out. I was fairly generous with the cheese. It depends, you know, if you pile more cheese on, obviously it's going to be more expensive. So for my 2 pizzas, I ended up using about 5 cups of cheese. Now, mind you, these are, I think, 16-inch pizzas, I think. They're very large pizzas, so you get 8 of these slices. These are huge, okay? All right, so then moving on, the pepperoni was $1.43. Now the pepperoni, I buy the uncured pepperoni, so it is way more expensive than regular, so you can even get away with cheaper. The ham, I just used sandwich meat ham and chopped it up. I used 40 cents worth. And then the veggies was 22 cents, which was a little bit of onion and then leftover peppers. So the total for 2 giant pizzas was $7.11. So that came about $3.56 per pizza. So now the math here is kind of tricky. I just divided that by 4, just like I did the other dinners. So it came to $1.78 per serving. So 44 cents per slice of pizza. So you can see very large slices of pizza. And I calculated out how much pizza we ate, and it was only $3.74 worth. So this is what we have left over. As you can see, we have a whole, pretty much another meal's worth out of this. So you can definitely get away with making 1 pizza in our case. However, we ate just a tiny bit more. So maybe I would have done a side salad and 1 pizza, but we just had pizza tonight for dinner. So as you can see, it is definitely a lot cheaper. I think usually, like, if we get a takeout pizza at Little Caesars is still $5. So you can see this is definitely a lot cheaper, and in my opinion this tastes way better, and it's gonna be a lot healthier. So that is the cost breakdown for pizza.